By creating a course within Digication, you can make it a lot easier to use ePortfolios with your classes. In Digication, courses are a way to connect instructors with students. Once the students and faculty are both in a Digication course, it becomes much easier for the students to share their portfolios with the professor or with each other. Instructors can create course assignments, giving students a structured way to turn work in through Digication, and giving faculty a way to track completion of those assignments. Instructors can also create course templates, a set of portfolio pages with instructions for your students. Students can add these templates into existing portfolios, and this structure gives them a lot more guidance on how they're expected to use their portfolio in your class. To use any of these features, the first step is to create your course within Digication. Starting on your Digication dashboard or home page, click the Create button next to My Courses. Now give your course a title and a course number. Just set an end date and disable any features you don't plan on using. Click Create and you have your course. Okay, so now that we have a course, what do we do with it? Well, my favorite way to use Digication in a class is with course templates. Templates allow you to create a defined structure for the ePortfolio portion of your class, with built-in prompts that give the students more guidance. And since students now have the ability to add pages from course templates directly into their existing portfolios, this is also a great way to help them improve their portfolios, instead of simply starting a new one with each course. Okay, so how do we go about creating a template for this course? Well, a template is essentially just a foundation for a portfolio. So the way to get started is to create a new portfolio. Head to the dashboard or home page. Now where it says My ePortfolios, click that Create button. We're going to choose the new Digication. Now give your portfolio a clear title, and in the area below, choose the course template and click Create. The course template will give you a good starting point for creating your own template. All we need to do now is fill in the pages with information and assignments for your class. Let's start with the page headings and structure up top. To add or edit page headings, click on the white bar up at the top of the page, and then click the pencil button to edit. Here you can change the name of the course and the assignment pages. You may also need to remove headings that you aren't planning to use. When you're finished adjusting the structure of your template, click the Save button at the bottom. Each page of this template includes an instruction slide at the top. This is an area for you to explain what each page is for and what your students are expected to do there. Any content you put into this slide will only be visible to your students. Below that, there's a content slide, and that's where the students can add material. With this content slide below, you could add an example, something to give students a better idea of what you're looking for on this page, or you could just leave the slide blank for them to complete. Either way is fine. Now, if you created new pages when choosing your headings, those pages normally start entirely blank. But if you wanted to use that layout we just described with the instructions up top and the content down below, you can add that layout to any page by clicking the blue plus button down the corner, and then adding the assignment page template. When your portfolio is finished and you have all the headings and instructions you need, the last step is to publish it and make it a template. Click the menu button in the upper right and click Publish Pages, and then Publish again to confirm. Now go back to that menu button and choose Save as Template. Just set your title, thumbnail picture, and description, and then hit Continue. On the second page, add your Digication course. This will make it easy for your students to find your course template. If you want any portfolios created from this template to have any specific sharing settings, you can set that on this page. But when you're finished, click the Save Settings button at the bottom. And that's it, you're done. To recap, we've created a course, we created a portfolio with built-in instructions, and we made that portfolio a template, and finally we shared that template with our course. All right, so that was course templates. But the other way to use ePortfolios within an Digication course is by creating course assignments. In a Digication course, you can create a series of assignments, and your students can complete these assignments right in their personal portfolios. So when they turn their work in, you can track their progress and assess it right there on the assignments page in your course. Now, without using the assignments tool, you would still have the ability to view your students' portfolios. But with the assignments, it's a lot easier to see at a glance who's already turned documents in and who you're still waiting for work from. So in that way, using the assignments tool can be very convenient when compared to going through and checking each student's portfolio individually. To create an assignment, start by clicking the Assignments tab on your course page. And there, clicking the Add Assignment button. Here, you can give the assignment a name and description. Any instructions you have for the student should be in that description. And then just click the Save button. At this point, we need to create a workflow for this assignment by adding steps. So with most assignments, you really only need one step in the workflow. And it generally looks something like this. Step 1, the student submits their work. Done. So to create a space for students to submit work, you need to add an evidence step. A good name for this step is just student submission. This really helps to keep things clear for the students. You can set the step options on the right any way you need to, but I will point out that last item. After step is complete, should changes be allowed? I would highly recommend setting that to yes whenever you use assignments. And that's because either way, you're still going to get a timestamp on your submissions, so you'll know if a submission came in late, and you'll know which submissions came in first. But this way, when a student makes a mistake and submits accidentally before they're done, or they submit a page with the wrong assignment, they can just easily resubmit the correct page, no hassle. It also doesn't really let them change their submission anyway. It only lets them add an additional submission. Okay, so I'll just hit save and that's it. For most cases, that's really all you need to do. Create an assignment, create an evidence step, and then save it. But if you want to do your grading or provide feedback in Digication, then you're going to need a second step. Either a teacher rubric or a teacher reflection. A teacher reflection is a simple way to provide feedback and comments. Just add this step, give it a name, and then choose the step that the reflection is assessing, which is usually step 1. And then when you're done, click Save. If you'd like to use a rubric for your grading, you can do that by adding the teacher rubric step. So like the previous one, you'll have to select the step that you're assessing, but you'll also need to choose a rubric. Click the Change button to find a rubric. In the window that pops up, you can click the My Courses drop-down to select any course you've previously used rubrics in. Then click Go to list the rubrics, and select the one you want to load. But if you want to create a new rubric, just hit the Create New Rubric button. On this page, you can add as many columns or rows as you need to fill out the rubric. Don't forget to change the name of this rubric by clicking the Edit button at the top. And finally, click Done at the bottom of the page when you're finished. When it comes time to grade the student's work, you can assess individual assignments by clicking on any square from the grid on the assignments page. View their portfolio submissions by clicking the View Portfolio link here, and make your assessment by clicking the Submit Assessment link down below. And that's everything on Digication courses. So whether you decide to use course templates, the assignments tool, or both, a Digication course can do a lot to make ePortfolios more useful and productive in your classes. And of course, if you have any other questions about how to use ePortfolios, you can always stop by the TLITC in room E230 on the Charlestown campus. Thanks for watching.